So it starts out with a vamp between two chords. They're the same voicing. It's a suspended ninth chord. It's really a fragment of a suspended ninth chord. In fact, most of the chord voicings that we're going to work on are really just fragments of chords. You rarely play all of the notes that are part of the chord structure. But I'm playing this suspended ninth chord by barring across the middle four strings and blocking out both of the E strings. So you can do it with one finger, whichever finger you want to. I prefer using two fingers to do this. I use the middle finger to block the low E and to play the note on the A string, and then I'm barring the next three strings with my ring finger and blocking the high E. But you can play this however you want, however it works for you. Now, another important aspect of getting this part correct is muting the strings all together by lifting your fingers up or putting them down on the correct rhythm pattern. The second chord is the same voicing, just moved down 2 frets to the 5th fret. Notice the scratch at the end of the phrase. So here's how the verse part of the song goes. It starts out with a fragment of an A chord. It's actually an A with an added ninth. Okay, so I've got third over here on the G string, fifth, and added ninth. Next chord is a G flat minor 7 with an added ninth. You can finger it like this. The idea is you're barring across the 2nd fret, starting on the D string, and you're getting the ninth. That's out of this voicing of G flat minor 7. Got the root over here, and I'm blocking out the A string. You don't really hear the root being played down here on the original recording. It really just sounds like the upper 3 or 4 notes. And the way he actually works these two chords is he creates a little question and answer with some fancy footwork. Something like that. That's out of an A major 7th, voiced like this. So sometimes he just plays A add 9. Every now and then I think I hear him switch to the A major 7. The two phrases kind of answer each other. Okay, so those are the first two chords. The third chord is just like the G flat minor 7. It's a flat minor 7 on the 4th fret, fingered the same way. So the first part of the verse goes. Okay, then he's got 2 chords. They're basically stacked fourths. It's sort of you could think of it as a fragment of an E suspended. Over here I'm on the 9th fret, really the way I play it is like this. I bar with my index finger on the D, G, and the B strings, and then I add with my ring finger, or you could do it with this finger, add, so you've got a B, an E, and an A. And then the second chord, he adds another fourth on top, the D note, up here on the E string. So the first part of the verse now goes. So the last section in the verse is the hard part. It's essentially a series of 2 5s, starting on E flat minor as the 2, A flat 7 as the 5, and then a whole step down, D flat to G flat 7. Except what he's actually playing are substitutes. All I really hear being played are the top 3 strings. You can add the roots if you want, but I don't really hear them being played, for whatever that's worth. He's moving down chromatically. So let me explain each one of those. This is just the 2 chord, E flat minor 7. This is like an A flat dominant 7 or an A flat 13 with a flatted ninth. He's really just playing top 3 notes. I don't really hear this dominant 7th being played here. The shape is like the shape from a cowboy chord, a D chord. Just moved up here. 6th fret. Down to the 5th fret. This is just a D flat minor 7 chord. Again, I don't really hear the root being played. And then, in place of the G flat 7, we've substituted a D flat diminished. The way I'm playing this is I'm barring the top 3 strings with my index finger, and then I'm playing the note E on the B string with my pinky. So what you have is and then the next part of the song is B flat minor 7 with the 9th added down to the G flat. And back to the beginning. So I'll play the whole verse. So they do that 3 times, and then the 4th time, when they get to the last phrase with the B minor 9, or the G flat minor 9, they go back and forth a couple of times, and then he just hangs on the B minor 9, and they go back into the intro. And they play that phrase a handful of times, and then the sax solo kicks in. So that's pretty much it. I hope you found this useful. I probably started working on this song when it came out in the mid-70s. I don't think I really learned it quite right back then. I had a really hard time getting the rhythm. So I've reworked it, and I think this is pretty close to whatever the original guitarist was doing. Okay, hope you enjoyed this. Take care.